Peace be upon you, brother. Here is a short story about how to save money. Once upon a time, there was a young man named Alex who lived in a small village. Alex worked hard to earn a living, but he found it difficult to save money. Every time he received his salary, he spent it quickly on unnecessary things. One day, Alex decided to visit his wise grandfather for advice. When he arrived at his grandfather's house, the grandfather welcomed him with a smile and asked about the reason for his visit. Alex told him about his problem and his desire to learn how to save money. The grandfather smiled and said, "Alex, saving money requires wisdom and patience. I will tell you a story that might help you." The grandfather began to tell the story. There was once a wealthy merchant named Tony. Despite his wealth, Tony was always careful with his money. One day a young man came to him, asking how he managed to accumulate his fortune. Tony replied, "I will give you 3 pieces of advice. If you follow them, you will find that money will accumulate naturally." The first piece of advice was, set a budget for everything. Tony would record all his income and expenses in a small notebook. This way, he knew exactly where every penny went and how he could control his spending. The second piece of advice was, avoid debt. Tony only bought what he could pay for in cash. If he didn't have the money for something, he would postpone the purchase until he could afford it. The third and final piece of advice was, invest in the future. Tony saved a portion of his profits every month and invested it in projects that generated additional income for him. Over time, his investments grew, and he became even wealthier. When the young man followed this advice, he began to notice a significant improvement in his financial situation. The grandfather finished his story and looked at Alex, saying, "Alex, if you follow these 3 pieces of advice, you will find yourself able to save money and achieve financial stability." Alex thanked his grandfather for the advice and returned home determined to apply what he had learned. He started by setting a budget for his expenses, avoiding unnecessary debt, and saving a portion of his income to invest. Over time, Alex noticed a significant improvement in his financial situation and became more stable and happy. Thus, Alex lived a financially stable life and learned that wisdom and patience are the keys to success in saving money. Best regards, my friend.